We're remaking classic synth sounds by Gesaffelstein, and so everyone can follow along, we're going to be using a free synth. Let's start with Pursuit. Square wave. Make it really percussive by dragging the envelope 2 to the filter. Add some more lows. To give it a cooler tone, we're going to do FM from oscillator 2. Usually when doing FM we use sine waves, but I found that when making bass sounds in Vital, if you FM 2 squares together, it gives you a really cool tone. Let's exaggerate it so you can hear what we're talking about. And I've got envelope 2 adjusting the amount of that. Now we're going to add some effects. Chorus is going to give us a nice 80s vibe. EQ to boost the mids and enhance the tone. And compression, this one makes the sound like the actual synth. And to finalize the sound, I added some extra EQ. This is what they would have done probably when they're mixing the track. Now let's talk about the bass line for a little minute. We've got a rhythm at the bottom. And then we have a 2-note melody at the top. Put them both together and you get this. So a tip for making your own bass sequence like this would be to start with a rhythm at the bottom and add some higher notes at the top. So we take a rhythm at the bottom and then we put a melody on top. And we get this together. Before we cover the next sound, if you have a suggestion for a future video, let me know in the comments. Could be an artist, or it could be a specific song that you like the sound of. Let me know what synth sounds you want us to recreate in a future video. Next, let's make the key sound from Lost in the Fire by Gesaffelstein and The Weeknd. This sounds pretty simple and we can make it in 3 steps. Start with a saw, remove some highs, and add a chorus to make it sound detuned. The important thing for this is using a chorus that has 8 voices. Next we're going to make the bass sound from the same song, but this one's a bit special because I've actually made the sound using 2 separate synthesizers. And the reason for this is that every synth has its own unique personality. A bit like different people have different personalities, so the synthesizers, they have their own life of their own. This is Surge. And this is Vital. Both of these are free synthesizers, so I'll share how to make the sound in both synths, but I prefer the sound of Surge. I feel like Surge gives you a much more richer low end for bass sounds, and Vital sounds a bit more plasticky. Let's make the sound in Surge first. Start with a saw with some unison. Remove some highs. Make the notes more punchy by adding the envelope. I'm going to keep the cutoff set around 281 Hz, and the envelope amount is set to around 17 semitones. And with sound design, you don't have to copy these exact settings. Remember, this is music, we're creating art, so it's not about copying this, it's about taking influence and then making it your own. Now let's make the same sound in Vital. To do this, we're going to start with a saw again. Add a filter. Effects, EQ, just to remove some lows and enhance the mids a bit more. And a chorus. I preferred using the chorus inside the synth instead of using the unison, but that's up to you. That's what I'm saying about tweaking these synth sounds. You don't have to use a chorus every single time. You could use a unison. You don't have to use a unison every time. You might basically use a flanger. All of these sounds are variable. Just take your own inspiration from the sounds and tweak it so it works in your music. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to download the presets from this video, they're available on my Patreon. Link is in the description.